This is a very handsome and rare Union Pacific Railroad map in excellent condition, considering it's 130 years old. And it was done in 1890 by the Union Pacific, which was called the Overland Route. So you see there, it has that symbol, which is the UP symbol, which got red, white, and blue, and the Overland Route. This is, but it starts in Omaha, Sioux City, Denver, St. Joseph, St. Joseph, Leavenworth, and Kansas City. And the Kansas City line and the Omaha are kind of run in parallel, except that this line continues north, then goes up to Helena, on up to Spokane, Washington, and Seattle, and Portland. It really connects almost all, and of course then it goes down to California, Sacramento, San Francisco, and it only goes to, it doesn't really go to Santa Margarita. It doesn't really catch Los Angeles until down here, and in other words, it doesn't go directly down. It goes basically to San Francisco and down and up, and but of course there are little stops along the way about every 2 miles in this part of the thing, in Southern California, and all the way up the coast. This was the main way of getting around there before the turn of the 20th century, and it still is a beautiful route, because a lot of it goes through the mountains. A little bit of it goes next to the ocean, particularly down here. This was, we had no good highways connecting that part of the country. So railroads, they have the Southern Pacific, you have the Northern Pacific, and the Union Pacific, and they really were where all the cargo came. Most of the travelers who could afford it went by train everywhere, and it was pretty luxurious. You had very comfortable cars, and you had these, what did they call them? Coquelin cars that had rooms, sitting rooms. I've been on a couple of those in different countries, and in the U.S. too, when they used to have them. But it was the height of travel before the interstates, before the airlines, and so. But this is an extremely detailed, lovely map of the United States at that time. You can just see how fully developed this area is, more or less. That certainly is, and how sparsely developed this is, because one of the things is it's mountainous, and but California is already being very developed, because once you got San Francisco and Los Angeles, you had and Seattle, you had all this trade with China and Japan and the Far East. So it's shows where the main lines were in the central of the country 130 years ago.